I just wanted to touch base and let you know that if you're looking to do this, it's a lot of hard work, but you can do it. Anybody can do it.
That is an old winter container that we've been using.
Perfect. These are fried. You got the little
What are you guys doing? I think she is laying an egg right there. Is he protecting her or what's he doing?
That's the only safe corner. There is. There's several eggs, but she's covering them.
That's kind of cute.
Nesting them. Sweet. Huh?
Oh yeah, you can see them.
You got your eggs. Are you brooding? She's not real happy. Did not want to leave. I think.
These two. One is a chicken egg though. So I was reading last night, or recently, reading or watching someone's Instagram about chickens and incubators. So remember how we read that for the first week, the turkey eggs are viable,
Yes.
you can start incubating them up to a week later. So, camera's tilted funny. So, same thing with chicken eggs. And a lot of times they will lay eggs over several days, and then once they have enough eggs, then they'll go sit on them. And they all start incubating that same day that they start getting warm. And so one broody hen might be sitting on multiple different hens' eggs, and she's gonna incubate all those eggs herself, but they'll all hatch at the same time regardless of when they were laid, which I thought was really cool. And if you have a broody hen, and then you can sneak a recently hatched chick or duck under her, sneak it in really fast, she'll think it's one that she hatched and she'll raise it herself, and then you don't have to raise them, which I just found really cool. How they kind of work together, to raise. I mean,
Today's video, I kind of wanted to do something a tad bit different. Normally we show you the chores or we talk about a build or something we're doing. And today, instead, I just want to talk directly to you guys, specifically maybe you who might be thinking, I want to raise some chickens, or I want to be a homesteader or a farmer, but I don't know where or how to get started, or I'm stuck in, what is going on here?
save us from the geese.
I was gonna say, you want to go grab a scoop of grain for him, feed for him? You mind?
Feed, their feed?
Yeah, their feed. Just bring it out and we'll just sprinkle it around. I had an entourage following me. But one of the things that, for me, when I first started, I always thought about, man, I'd love to be a farmer. This would be so cool to have either a part-time or a full-time job where I'm raising animals, I'm taking care of animals, I'm getting fresh eggs, I'm getting fresh meat, I'm getting fresh milk. And these are all things that I wanted, but I didn't really know how to start. I didn't know what to do or how to do it. And one of the things that kind of makes it easy here is we have all this infrastructure. I've got a big chicken coop. I've got barns where I can store feed and I can store animals if I need to. I've got all these things that make it easy. Makes it easy on the animals and it makes it easy on me. But we've only had this 3 months now, 2.5 months. This is all we've been here. Our last house we were at was a larger property, but I didn't have any barns. I had a chicken coop and that was it. I just wanted to touch base and let you know that if you're looking to do this, it's a lot of hard work, but you can do it. Anybody can do it. If you're allowed to have chickens or ducks or animals like that in your neighborhood where you're at, maybe you've got a 1/4 of an acre property. We had a 1/3 of an acre neighborhood that we were living in, and we had an old shed. We converted about a 1/4 of that. Uh-oh, Brittany's getting attacked by a goose. Anyway, so we had like a third of an acre. We had a small shed in our backyard. It was fenced in. That was the one set of infrastructure really we had preset. And we converted about a quarter of that shed into a walled off coop. And we put a hole in the wall so that they could get out. And I actually used 6-panel dog fencing as the coop's run. And so they only had, you know, those 6-foot panels. And that was all the space they had. We raised about 12 or so chickens, I think we had. And we got eggs from them. And that was where we started. We started learning to raise chicks. We started learning eggs could be saved for 2 weeks or 3 weeks on the counter. You didn't have to refrigerate them. And we started learning these things by watching YouTubers, by doing our own research. And we enjoyed it. And we found out that this is something fun that we wanted to keep doing. And it just naturally progressed. We ended up moving and looking for property and found the 4-acre property, a little 4.5-acre property that we were on. That last house we were at, where we kind of started YouTubing pretty regularly. So I've run through the story just of starting chickens. We did our chickens in the Geist house, Geist Estates house.
Just layer chickens.
Yep. And then we moved to the bigger property. We did a lot of layer chickens. We did the ducks. And we got the ducks. I don't think I intended them to be meat ducks. But as they were growing, we realized that they were Pekin ducks, which are meat ducks. They don't really lay very many eggs. They're not great egg layers. They eat a ton of food, and they grow really fast. So we ended up butchering those and a couple of roosters. That's kind of how we got started. And then pigs. I didn't even know where to get pigs. I had a neighbor. It was literally 2 houses down from me, even though it was like almost a mile away. And he is a commercial pig farmer. And I just stopped by their house one day and was like, hey, would you guys sell piglets, or do you do that? Or is that, you know, where would somebody like me get, you know, 2 or 3 piglets to raise for my own meat? And he said, oh, yeah, we do that off and on. He said, why don't you, about a month or so from now, they'll have some that are weaning, and we'll get back together and figure it out. And called him back and bought 3 pigs. And, you know, we made a video on that. We've got several videos of those pigs. And we raised them. We really enjoyed it. We butchered them ourselves. We butchered them probably, 3 months earlier than we were wanting to. But it was because we were moving and we had to get out of our house. That sold like the first couple days that it was on the market. I mean, it just like sold instantly. And we didn't have anywhere to move to, so we were going to go to my parents' house for the interim. And so we needed to get the pigs taken care of. Then, after doing the pigs and butchering those, we ended up buying new turkeys, I think. Was it while we were at Mom and Dad's, or was it just before? I think it was just before we moved. So we had the turkeys, and then coming close to like Thanksgiving, I think it was September, October, we butchered those, and that went amazingly. We had massive turkeys. One of them like is 20s, completely cleaned weight was like 24 some odd pounds. It was huge. And the only reason we still have our current turkeys here. Say hi, Eugene. See him.
Giving you the tail end.
Yes. The only reason we have these ones still is because we're trying to breed our own turkeys. And so that was kind of our natural next step again. We've got a male turkey. It was called a tom. We've got female turkeys, which are hens.
5,
and we're collecting their eggs. So I've got one of them here. See if I can do this without dropping the camera or the egg. So here's one of our turkey eggs. This little lady over here. She just laid this one, which you guys saw a second ago. And we're going to take this in. We're going to mark it and put it in our incubator. And we're going to watch it for 28 days. And it'll either hatch or it won't. And I'm sure some of ours are fertile. Some of them will hatch. I'm sure quite a few of them won't.
He couldn't get in the door. He was too puffed up.
Somebody. What's up, Eugene?
He wants everyone to know this is his house.
What a goober. Delicious. I think I hear a kid calling.
Yeah, I'm going to grab these eggs.
Perfect. I got 2 here. I got the turkey egg and then another one of the Americanas. Oh, she missed. She whiffed. Punch your mom right in the udder. Hey guys, what you need? What do you need? Oh, okay.
Have you rolled water yet? No. Why don't we do that really quick and then we gotta get some lunch going because we got stuff to do this afternoon.
So back to kind of today's video plan. Hopefully this won't be too disjointed and I can edit it so it's cohesive. But I'd never made chicken tractors. I'd never made chickshaws or mobile coops or regular coop or any of these things. And I just made it up and it worked. It wasn't pretty, but I've just used what was around, scrap wood that I had, and it didn't cost me a ton of money, and we bought our feed from Tractor Supply. It's reasonably priced. I watched a lot of like Justin Rhodes and Morgan with Goldshaw Farms. I used to watch, and I'm going to slaughter his name, John Sisakovich, and Joe Salatin, Greg Judy, like all these people who are amazing farmers. And they've got all these amazing systems, and they're really simple but really tedious and complex in a lot of ways. And I want to mimic those, and I just started taking it baby steps at a time. For instance, Justin Rhodes, he's got something called the Chickshaw. He has plans for his, and it's made out of 2x4s and 2x2s and siding and all this stuff. And I had this built. I just kind of made it one day. This is made out of an old TV hutch. That's what it's made of, the whole frame of it. I took the doors off the top. I cut the back out, which is that cheap cardboard stuff. And this is a pretty solid piece of furniture. It's not like an IKEA, TV hutch. Just an old one that we got probably from a garage sale. And then, built a roof, put boards on it, painted the roof red. It's just wood. I made these little legs with supports for wheels, and I've come through. I've adjusted the design. I've added things. I've secured things down. I've changed the flooring in it, which is hardware cloth now, multiple times. And just kind of evaluated each one and made little changes to it. And is it the most beautiful thing in the world? No. Is it something where someone looks at that and they're going to go, oh, I want one that looks exactly like that? Probably not. Maybe somebody does. But it's an old piece of furniture, and that's what I used. I used the doors and other pieces from it to help build this guy. The wiring, this stuff right here, this is old shelving, wire shelving. We had a whole heap of these, maybe 20 or 30 of those at our old house that were just left in the garage. And I thought, well, that'd be perfect. I need air vents, I need openings, and I used it. So my point of this video is anybody can do this. If you want to do it just for fun because you want to raise 2 chickens or 3 chickens, do it. Educate yourself. Find somebody in your area that has done something like this before, if you're even able to, and they'd be a huge wealth of knowledge. But if you've never done it, watch some YouTube videos like I did and just do it. That's how I did it. You might be thinking, well, Drew, I'm not skilled with wood and I am not able to make a massive brooder. I can't do this. This is not my forte. I don't own any power tools. That's fine. Let me show you what we used up until I built this. So this is what we used. It's a dog kennel. We just happen to have this one. I've used it 2 different ways. I've used it like as it is, where it's like whole put together. It's got the gate on the front. I've also used it where I've used both bottom halves and I married them together. And I just used duct tape to kind of hold them together. And we bought one heat lamp, hung it over top. Got a little thermometer to make sure the inside was about the right temperature. It's really simple if you want to do it and you want to get started and you want to have a couple fresh eggs every day. You can do that. If you want to just start seeing if this is even something you want to do or something that you'll like doing, like the idea seems great, but you're not sure if you want to do it, you can start small. That's how we started. And now we've got a cow with a calf and we're milking. I have 7 pigs coming. We're going to have 7 hogs, a breeding pair because we're going to breed them. Never done that before. So I'm going to be learning as I'm doing it and sharing it with you. And then we're going to have 5 of those be feeder hogs. And we're going to raise those ones up. And in 9 months, we're going to butcher ourselves. And we're going to have pig meat. I've got 73 meat chickens. I've never done that before. I've butchered chickens before. We got some barred rocks, which are a dual purpose. And we were kind of on the fence. Are we going to do for meat? Are we going to do for eggs? And we only had, I think we had 20. And we lost probably 7 or 8. So, you know, we had 12, I think, when we butchered. And it was great. We loved it. It was awesome. They're delicious. But now we have actual meat birds. These ones are going to grow. I'm going to have to set here probably about 6 weeks from now, an actual date, and start, you know, letting people know if they want to come and learn. We're going to be butchering. Come hang out. Come see how it's done. Come participate. Come have some chicken. We're going to be hatching ducklings this year, along with turkeys. So we're doing the turkeys now. I mean, these are all new things. And I'm excited for them. Here we are. I now own a decently large farm for, you know, for me, not like, you know, thousands of acres, but, you know, for what I'm doing. I've got a barn, 2 barns. I've got hay. I'm feeding a cow. Like, this is all stuff that, like, 3 years ago was a pipe dream. Something I never really thought I would actually do, but I really wanted to do. Or if I did do it, it was like, I'll retire in, you know, roughly 10-ish or 12-ish years. I'll be at where I can, you know, have a full pension and I can retire if I want to, start doing this work. And instead, I just started doing it, and here I am. I've made money doing this, not a lot. I've sold some of our pork after we butchered. We've, you know, Juliet and Andrew have an egg business. They've got their own chickens that they get eggs from. I mean, we're doing it. And we're doing it not because we're special, but we're doing it because we decided we were just going to do it. And so now we are. So I'm going to get off my horse here of rambling, my high horse. I just wanted to touch base. And if anybody's out there looking to do this, you know, if you have any questions, you can ask us in the comments or send us a message or something. This, we are having a website that we're releasing. It's been up for about 2.5 weeks now. But I'm going to actually include the link now in this video down below. New website. If you're local, that's how you'll know when we have eggs for sale and how many. It'll be up to date. And then when we have eggs that we're going to be selling that are fertilized for the duck eggs, we'll have those up there. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't rambling too much. Hopefully it was an encouragement for people who are thinking maybe they want to do this. If I can do it, you can do it. If we can do it, anybody can. So we'll see you guys on the next video. Appreciate you watching. Hit that like button and subscribe. And if you want, feel free to share. Thanks.